So what you're saying is you still have a choice. In today's video, let's hustle. Welcome back to Hustle Harder Mommy, a channel dedicated to becoming healthier, wealthier, and wiser, and sweatier. Again, it's your girl Erica, and I want to welcome back my hard hustling family on this beautiful Tuesday. I want to first give a shout out for Memorial Day to all of those who have served, who have had loved ones that they have lost either physically, mentally, spiritually. You know, the losses of war are not always measured in bodies, in funerals, in folded flags. There are many who are with us physically, but have been lost in their minds. So for every sacrifice, for those who have served and for their families, I personally want to thank you. And I want to talk to you today briefly about joy. It is 20 minutes after 5. I've just finished a much needed workout, and I want to talk to you about joy. And joy is defined as a feeling of extreme happiness, elation, euphoria, ecstasy, all of these words. But, you know, when you think of joy, you think of your wedding day, or maybe the birth of a child, buying your first home, passing a very difficult course in college, making your weight loss goals, things of that nature. So I want to talk to you about something I've learned this past week, and I believe that joy can be a choice. And I know how that sounds, but just stick with me for a moment. I don't know if you've ever known someone who was seriously chronically ill. And for this example, I want you to think about children. When you have very sick children, things like all types of cancers and, and the like. But if you've ever spent any time around them, they tend to be the most grateful, the happiest. You hear them laughing the most, making jokes the most, having the most gratitude for friends, family, whatever medical treatments they are receiving. They are grateful despite their circumstance. And yet we, who have life, health, and strength, we can freely move our bodies, we can get up, we can walk and talk. We don't have drains on our energy. We're not full of anti-cancer drugs. We don't have to spend our days, at the doctor's office as opposed to at home or at work. So where's our joy? If a small child with a poor prognosis who is told that they will never live long enough to drive a car or to get married or have their own children can find so much joy, who are we to walk around with a long face and the woe is me? So I had already had a bit of a rough week, and I was driving home on Sunday, and my car just did this weird thing where all the lights on the dashboard came on and it started to jerk and all of that. And my car is 10 years old, it's a bit of a bucket. And so I had this problem before, and it was almost $3,000 to repair. And I knew that if, the transmission went out again, it's a CVT, if you know what that is, that we were not going to replace it. As I said, the car is 10 years old. So I knew that when my car died this time, that I would not be getting another one. And mind you, I've had my own vehicle since I was 20, 19 actually. So a very long history of being independent and having the freedom, to come and go as I please. And so I was a little bummed out when my car died, when it started to act up, and I knew that it was at its end and I was not going to be getting another one anytime soon. Not that I'm aware of. And I was very bummed out. Friday was the last day of school in my area. And so then this Sunday is when my car died. So now here I am. It's summer officially where I live. I have 2 young children that I homeschool. I already had a list and schedule of all of the free fun activities, movies and pool parties and all of these great things in the community that I wanted to do with my children this summer. And now I officially don't have a car 2 days after school is out. But as I drove home at 20 miles an hour, I decided to be joyful that it didn't happen in the middle of the school year. Even though I homeschool, I do still volunteer at a local school teaching, art and things like that. So I was grateful that my car lasted the entire school year. I was joyful that I was safe, that my children were safe. They were with my husband, that nothing happened because the car did a horrible jerking and I could have easily hit the car in front of me. So I chose to be joyful about that. I was joyful that it didn't die completely, that it allowed me to make it all the way home. So joy is a choice. I got home, I parked it, I went inside and I prepared dinner for my family and I decided to be joyful. Just like you can decide to eat what you're supposed to. You can decide to exercise as opposed to sleeping late, even though you're sleepy like I was this morning. It is all a choice. No, you can't choose what happens to you, but you absolutely have control over how you react to it. And on that note, here is my weigh in. All right, so there you have it, my progress this week or lack thereof. You know me, I don't know what the weigh-in is, and I may change that. Let me know in the comment section below if you feel that I should. That's a good question. Do you think I should know what my current weight is as I am filming my video? Let me know in the comment section below. And so I also want you to tell me if you believe joy is a choice or not. Do you think it's dependent on your circumstances, or do you believe you can reset your mind to decide to be joyful, to decide to be grateful, to decide to focus on what is going right, what is going well? Okay, so I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give me that thumbs up. It helps me out and lets me know that you feel like my content is relevant to you. I appreciate you. And I encourage you to just keep hustling joyfully.